Hey everyone, welcome. I'm Jim. If you've never been to this channel before and you're interested in Spirit of the Wolf 2, I will be covering that. If you don't want to listen to a little bit of history of Spirit of the Wolf 1, feel free to fast forward a little bit. But the last time I worked with this developer, this team, I was using Keygen. It was a while back, and I feel bad about giving a review, good or bad, because it's free. But then after a month, after I think I did 4 recordings, and left them a good review, they deleted the game out of my library. So this time I actually bought it. I did actually enjoy the first one. It does boast to be puzzles and whatnot as you play as a wolf. And it's not a walking simulator. I've seen a lot of questions. Is it a walking simulator? And Tom described it. Tom is one of the devs. It's not a walking simulator. It's open world. So let's just see how open world it is, or if it's a linear game that makes me solve puzzles before I can advance. Because those are big, kind of big turnoffs for me. I'll put in the description actually where the gameplay is, so that you know how to, instead of doing the chapter breaks. I'll go through the options. I am running an MSI 5090. I spoiled myself, paid way more freaking for a video card than I want to. But I had to turn the music, as good as it is, all the way down to 7, just so I could hear myself think. It does get loud. I'm not a big person on the music blaring over, so we may have to adjust that as we go. A lot of options here under video. I don't see any advanced settings. So as far as upscaler, I'm not going to be testing any of that for the video, but I might do that afterwards. You could set the frame rate, so if you do have an older card, that may help you. I don't know, honestly, couldn't tell you. This is the other setting. Here's where I know advanced settings weren't in the other, but they're actually here. And you can adjust these to make the gameplay good or better, or if you want to make it worse, I guess you could do that here too. And look, you can rebind the keys, which is nice. Joystick, yada yada yada. Language, let's see how many it supports. There's the languages it supports, just in case you're wondering. Although I assume if you're watching this video, you probably speak English as well. All right, so let's go back. I am going to pause because there's probably like a ton of intros and all this other stuff that you really don't care. Let's get right to the meat of it, and I'll pick it right back up. Let's break right here. Actually, scratch that, because I do want to show this as well. So you can customize your wolf. Looks like you can make him a little, maybe if you want to make him fat, skinny, it's kind of your choice. Weight. We're going to be skinny because we're hungry all the time. Tail shape. Can I rotate him? Awesome. Thank you. That's pretty cool. I run a canine unit. It's a Czech shepherd, so I kind of like a thick tail because she's got a thick, beautiful muzzle. Let's take a look at that. So, there's a lot of options in here to your heart's content. That is a lot of options for a wolf that's gonna, let's see how close up you are. Awful lot of wolf. Or fox, I'm sorry. I called it a wolf. Now I feel stupid. Oh, that's cool. So some different skins here for you to choose from. Well, they really get into eye color, or eyes too. I like that. I like that wildly. So we'll confirm it. We can rename it, and let's call it Arca because that's my dog's name. And I'll make myself feel really attached. Now I'm going to pause because this is going to be boring. Well, not boring, but just whatever. You know what I mean. Leave you with the northern lights as we pause. So first of all, I want to say that that intro was very well done. Visuals, music. I think it bypasses the sound because the volume, actually the music was like peaking my audio, but that's fine. Neither here nor there. So it's not really giving me a whole lot of as far as tutorials. This appears to be glowing. So I really don't know. So you're hit right. It looks like we're hit right off the bat with potentially a puzzle. Oh, we got this item in our mouth. Wonder what that does. This is a pressure plate. I'm pretty sure. I'll bet you it is, but it's just not that one. No. What about the glowy thing? Okay. So it stays true to the puzzles. Obviously, that one was not that difficult. So far, I've had literally no stuttering, no graphic issues whatsoever. You know, of course, the quality is never going to be as good, even in 4K, as what I'm seeing right now. But I don't know if you can see that, but I'm afraid of heights. And that definitely gives me the feel that I am way up. And also, I can tell you, this game does make very good use of multiple channels, but even in with headsets, because I'm hearing stuff behind me, all around me. Very cool. All right, press control. So it does help us. There's that going for it. So let me get a little bit further in the story. I don't want to give things away, and I'm not going to solve puzzles for you in this video. This is just to actually, you know, give you a feel for what the game is. Do I like this or don't I? And I will give my fair assessment, as I'm sure you will too. So let's pause with that, and I'll get further into the gameplay, and after it teaches me, and I'll be back. I have a complaint, devs. Already. Yes. These are clues. Every time I walk over this, even though I know what it's telling me to do, it keeps popping up on my screen. Probably a way to disable that. I don't know. But as I'm trying to jump, and the other thing it says is there's a arrow of where I'm supposed to jump. I can scroll out and zoom in. By the way, I was barking with the other mouse button. I don't see an arrow. And my first, even with a sprint, leaves me... Look, you can see the arrow. But I'm going to have to figure this out because... we can't go anywhere except to our death without figuring the jump out. So let me figure that out and I'll be right back. Okay, well, I figure out that puzzle, as ridiculous as it is. You could still go back and change some things. And I just wanted to show you these real quick. It does have abilities, it looks like. At least I think that's what these are. Or actually, no, it's just different looks that you can unlock. There's a skill tree. Which looks like there is some skilling abilities in here. Nice little map view. You can zoom in, zoom out, set waypoints. That's good. I like that. Let's see what else we got in here. Different tribes. It's all not readable, but I'm sure once I unlock it, it will be. See what else we have. There's a collection. Okay. And then back to settings. All right. Let me make sure there's nothing else. No, that's just the keys to go through. So yeah. Shown that. So now I'm going back to trying to progress through this open world to get to where I want to go. It's not so open. Also in the credits, I didn't see anybody called Tom, so I don't know who that is on Discord answering everyone's questions, but there's always that too. Okay, just for the sake of not getting frustrated and pissed off in the first few minutes of your gameplay, If you face the location, because you can sit there and jump all day long, you're not going to make this jump. But if you look, then it gives you a little arrow. Matter of fact, I can get that arrow right about here. And then hit the space bar. Auto magically, you appear where you need to go. So, having said that, I'm going to keep going and see what else there is to dig up as far as anything can help you make a decision. Okay, so to level up, you hit these little pots as you navigate through a series of jumping and traversing through this area. Looks like I have multiple choices here on where I can jump. But the little pots are what appears to be leveling me up. So, just for your own sake, I thought I'd point that out. Why is there a jump there? I can jump on anything. It gives me an arrow right there. I want to see what it is. Whoop. No jump to my death. Oh, I'm going to need something though, because that's more than a jump. That's a death. I don't even know what death is in this game. Let's test it. Ooh. That hurt. What about all the way down? Ooh. That's pretty dramatic. I feel bad. Not really. Now let's see. I want to see when I awaken. Oh my god, it takes you all the way back here. Okay, so I'm going to do all that again. Let's get back a little further progression in the game and in our first look. All right, one thing to point out, death, you're going to probably get used to death real quick. For sure. And not having the ability to save the game when you've already died like 20,000 times is probably something that's going to annoy a lot of people right off the bat. I don't want to have to go back and do all this again just to get back to the last point I was. I'm going to take a shortcut. Just to get where I want to go. And notice that it does leave like a little gravestone. But I missed that jump and died again. So just wanted to point that out. It's worth noting. You can't just save wherever you want to save. You have to go to a save point. So there's that. Now, I don't know if you exit and leave the game, if it saves automatically, but that's an awful lot of work. Once in a while, I do see a flicker over here. I don't know if that's an autosave. It doesn't appear to be, but we'll see. I'll experiment. So just a little tidbit. There's still a lot of objects to look at. Some of them will be investigatable. Oh, I thought that would heal me too. I still haven't figured out how to heal yet. And I didn't die, but I fell. So, but yeah, no stories. This bird's leading me somewhere. That's what I was waiting for, some cutscenes. So there is some, I don't know if there's, nobody speaks dog, but I guess through reading everything you collect in memories, you're going to learn, what's going on. And let's go see here. We unlocked something. But yet, I mean, it's highlighted telling me, hey, you got something new. But did I? What did I learn? Maybe I'm learning some words. How about that? Now, so that's how you're progressing through the story. It's okay. I'm still okay with it. Nothing to say negative so far, except that I can't save. And I don't know how to heal yet. Eureka! This is where you reach save points. Life starts with Elenin of Arun, whatever that just said. I hope just by being here, that is now a save point. Once I gotta jump in that plate. Which didn't really seem to do anything. the last lit statue. So it's lit, so I'm good. We hope. Hey, what's up, partner? Speak dog? Nuh-uh, shut up. Now that's cute. Is that what you wanted? Did you want to be free? Looks like more jumping. I'll follow you. Let's go, let's do this. Wow, you just make it look so easy. Fox Village. This should be interesting. Alright, for the sake of time, because we're already 15 minutes into the recording, I'm going to pause and see where this fox is taking me. So as I run into other foxes, I am barking at them and I am getting more of the little blue thingies that are leveling me up. And I have noticed something. The more I go further into the game, I am going to have to adjust the graphic settings. Because it's just it's starting to... I'm starting to get some frame loss. So... And, you know, this is... I mean, I'm not bragging on systems. I don't compare this to that. But it's definitely pretty taxing. For my system, which I really never have a problem with. We got a rune. And I'm starting to see cutscenes, stuff like that. As well. Some lag. So just keep that in mind as far as system requirements. Based on whatever they say you require. I can even put the specs in the description. For anyone. I'm not going to do a whole video side by side with... I've seen those with benchmarkings because I don't feel like it. I don't care. And there's other people that can do that for you as well. So I'm not going to do an hour and a half of the first gameplay and whatnot. And there are other people actually even on Steam that have posted up those exact things. I'd rather do that on my own. I will say this is a lot of puzzles to start. To get to where this so-called open world is. I also have not seen day or night sequences. Maybe that comes later. Maybe this is just a tutorial mode. So I'll continue to play and I can, you know, obviously if I do some type of review, I'll include that there. But I think pretty much unless there's something earth-shattering, I'll do a follow-up. But this is a game that, like, if I feel like doing puzzles, I'll play these types of games. I have several, including the first version of this game. So I think it needs some optimization, or because I hate sacrificing my game quality running the, you know, some of the best equipment on the market. That's just my own opinion, not an insult to anyone else, but hardware and computers are not freaking cheap right now. At all. So I'll leave you with that. You can make whatever, you know, decision you want. I'm not going to sit here and bore anybody longer than I have to. I think you get the general idea of all the features, skill trees, how to interact with things, and pretty much what the whole game is going to be like if you do purchase the game. So with that, I will leave you. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. And I hope to see you in either the next video for this game or any of the other titles that I cover. And thank you for watching. So as always, I'll see you next time right here.